here we are at the 1,000 Bikers, Castle Rock, Washington. Of course, this isn't my kind of show. There's some trouble here. We're seeing some, what do they call it? Letters, numbers, the jackets with the gang patches on there. But you know what? People are nice. You get out here, we watch too much TV and the internet, and we jump to conclusions. But I've been here almost 2 days now and just having a great time with everybody here. So remember that footage I got yesterday, that hottie on the race bike there, the sport bike, who was like doing handstands and all this crazy shit? Well, I got an interview with her. Here she is. This is Sam.
Hi, guys.
Sam, what's your full name?
My name is Sam Slotowitz.
How did you start?
I started riding motorcycles in general about 4.5 years ago, so I'm pretty new, which is kind of crazy. I started on a 400 and was riding for less than a year and saw someone doing wheelies on the street and was like, holy shit, wait, can we swear on this? Is that fine? Yeah. Okay, cool. I was like, holy shit, that's freaking dope. Like, I want to learn. I didn't know you could do that. And then I ended up finding a crew not far from where I live, down in LA, who rides together every Sunday, and they practice like it's church, you know?
Where's this at? What city are you from? Didn't she just say where she's from? Focus, Rob. Focus.
Incredible, like legendary stunt riders. Right. So when you ride with the best, you level up a lot quicker. Right. Yeah, one thing just led to the next.
Yeah, us ADV riders think we're good. Oh my God. I'll show footage. I got a bunch. We'll do that here in a minute. So, how old were you again when you started?
So I was probably 23, 24-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm 27 now, so I don't know math, but so something like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, I started.
Camera, I forget math. I'm like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I forget math even not on camera.
Yeah, we all get. You're doing great.
I can ride though. I can't.
Well, when you watch my videos, I'm retarded on film. You'll see, and I pick on myself a lot. So, but we'll make you look good.
I'm not worried.
What do you do? Do you have crash gear? I mean, do you have like crash bars and slant? All this equipment to learn how to do that stuff?
Yeah, so the bikes that we stunt ride on are built specifically for stunts. So I have an Impact Tech crash cage. That's the company that makes these cages that protect the bike. So I can throw it, it can fall, nothing will happen to the bike.
Right.
And then I'm obviously in full gear. So I've got like shoulder, elbow, gloves, helmet, knee pads. I got my shin guards and knee pads still on now. Yeah, I mean, you definitely fall a lot, and it's part of the game. It's part of how you learn and grow. Yeah, I think like one of the hardest parts of stunt riding is probably the ground when you hit it.
Yeah, I've been there.
But I definitely I try to learn and grow in progression, so I don't just like send it. If there's a new trick I want, I'm not gonna just be like, all right, fuck, I want this trick and just send it.
Right.
I'll take the trick, I'll break it down into like lots of little micro, stages.
Right.
And if one stage is too hard or too complicated and I don't feel like I am safe enough to get out of it, bail safely or whatever, I'll make sure I have a spotter. I'll, work in progressions versus just send it.
So what was the first thing you learned? Probably a cookie. That was probably the first thing.
I started working on wheelies right away.
Yeah.
Started on a Z125. That's the ideal bike to learn wheelies on, in my opinion. I think starting on a big bike it's just too much power and too much room for things to go wrong. And then it's expensive. Like when things break on the bigger bike, it costs a lot more, it causes a lot more damage, and you get hurt more. Versus a 125 is like a safe entry bike to learn the throttle control and the brake control and balance and stuff. And then once you've got it figured out, then we transfer onto a bigger bike. So I started on the 125, and then I moved on to the 636, which is the Kawasaki that I'm on now. My stunt journey was a little bit different than the average stunt rider because most people pursue wheelies right away. I worked on wheelies a little bit. It's so loud back there.
Hang on.
It's not too loud though, we're still okay?
Might be, but I'll make it work.
Okay. I started working on wheelies, but simultaneously I was working on acrobatics too, which most people kind of focus specifically on wheelies for a long time, and then that becomes like what they're good at. But because my journey, I love acrobatics, so I was infusing that into my stunt riding. So that's why I have tricks like the shoulder stand and these tricks called, you know, coffin and ostrich and all the different like things that you don't typically see.
Right.
I learned a lot of those before I learned how to wheelie on the big bike. And once I had those down, then I started practicing. Coffin is, I mean, what it sounds like, because you could be dead if you fuck it up.
I'll put
Just
a B-roll
kidding.
with it.
Coffin is a trick where you start by riding backwards and then jump on to, like, you bring your feet up to the handlebars and your hands onto the passenger seat. So you're backwards and like above the bike. And then ostrich is the same trick where you're using your feet to control the handlebars, but instead of holding the back seat, you put your head in the back seat and lift your hands off. So it's kind of like an ostrich, you know, that saying of like head in the sand or whatever.
Yeah, the handstand. That, what the hell? What were you like on a trapeze? You know, like how did you? That's bold.
Thank you. So it's actually a shoulder stand. So I'm not on my hands. That would be, it's a skill that I might get one day, but not right now. Shoulder stand. I'm actually I think I'm the only female in the world doing that trick right now,
Really?
which is pretty fun. I started, the bike is just at a standstill. It's not moving. And I just get into the position and see like how, you know, can I hold the bars? Can I keep myself up? Can I balance? Can I, you know, do I have any sense of spatial awareness or whatever? Right. And then I'll start it with the bike moving fairly slow, and I have somebody running next to me as a spotter. So they're like stabilizing the bike while I just try getting into it and falling down. And then I try getting into it and I fall down. And I do that, you know, over and over and over. And there's a video in my Instagram, I can share it with you, where you see the progression session of me like getting from zero to having the skill. And it takes some work, definitely. And you fall a lot and it's scary because you can't see much and you're upside down and you're backwards. And, you know, it takes a lot of control.
Wow.
But once you get it, like now that trick to me is I could do it in my sleep. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I got cut footage of them. We'll add
cool.
in here.
Yeah.
You know,
so definitely a crowd
I'll
pleaser.
be embarrassed when you look at my short. You're gonna, oh, look at this guy. you'll get a kick out of it. It's funny. Broken bones, all that stuff. How often?
Injuries.
Lacerations, bruises, hospitals, concussions. I was gonna say it. COVID. No.
What did he say?
What did he say?
What did he say?
Kidding.
Thankfully, no broken bones. We're gonna knock on some wood.
Well, I got you on that one. Dirt biking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could have that one. I'll let you have that one. I'm good.
Yeah.
10 points to Gryffindor. I don't know. Like, congrats.
I'm badass in one area here.
I mean, no, that's not.
Oh,
that
that's
means
amazing
that
that you don't break bones and stuff, right?
Thankfully, no broken bones. I've definitely fallen quite a few times. Lots of bruises for sure. I've sprained my neck. That was not fun. I think I sprained it once, at least once, maybe twice. Let's see. I think I had like a slight AC joint separation at one point too from landing on my shoulder, falling out of a certain trick. Sprained toes, but thankfully like nothing too crazy.
Right.
Yeah. I would be foolish to assume that I'm never going to fall again, especially if I'm going to continue pushing and continue growing, which is the plan. But I try to, like I said earlier, I try to be mindful of pushing within reason versus recklessly. So the difference between like the difference between like bravery and recklessness, right? Like how to push and have courage and bravery, but not in the area of recklessness.
Right. Is this a profession? Is it a career now? Is this what you do full time or?
It's loud again.
Yeah.
I don't do it full time, although there's a part of me that really would love to. At the moment, I'm on the road, so I'm just in my Sprinter van. I have a subletter in my place back in Santa Monica, so I'm like on the road for real at the moment.
Is there a group of people, or you just try?
I'm solo. I'm solo. Thank you. Yeah, I'm figuring it out as I go.
Sorry.
You're good. I've done a couple shows. I've done a couple competitions. It's fun. most of it right now I'm just doing for fun, but definitely one of the goals is to accumulate sponsorships and work with different brands and companies that want to support what I'm doing, because it is unique and different.
Well, here's a question. I might be able to help you with sponsorship, actually.
That would be dope.
You could do this pretty much on any bike.
I would have to practice on a new bike and get to know it, because every bike is different, obviously, with the power distribution and the torque and all that kind of stuff. Different tricks I think I could probably do. Like, I've hopped onto a couple of different bikes and still was able to do some of my tricks.
Oh, my ideas. I'm sorry. Moskimoto, your bags are the best. So P, Andrew, you need her to do some advertisement for your Moskimoto bags out on the ADV trails. Get your luggage on her. Give her enough time to practice on it and have her do her stuff all over the luggage while she's riding. That'll attract some attention, So who else? I'll think of more.
Cool.
So,
yeah, I'm in a really good position right now, a good place for potential sponsors, because I don't at the moment have any official affiliation contracts, whatever. Like, I'm open. I have a couple of different companies that support me just because they fuck with what I'm doing. They just find me through Instagram and they're like, yo, we want to send you some money for your gas and food on the way up. And I'm like, hell yeah, thank you, that's dope. And obviously, I'll give them a shout out on my stories and make a post with them, collaborate, stuff like that. But since I'm also in the process of building out my Sprinter van, I'm looking for connections with, I want to hopefully getting connected with this company that might help me with a bed that I want to build, and different things like that. So obviously, the more support we have, the farther I can go. And because I'm only 3.5 years in, I'm just getting started, right? I have a lot of potential.
27.
27.
You've been doing it 6 years? Wait.
No, 3.5.
Oh, that's okay.
Right? So I'm
the math once again.
That's okay. I'm new, but I've come so far in such a short amount of time, so that just kind of shows how much farther I can go with the right companies, the right brands. We could really support each other, and I feel like I'm in a good place for that, because I don't have a wife and kids tying me down.
Right. Smart. I've been single for 21 years.
That's almost as long as I've been alive. Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm old. Sponsor her in the AVD community. I'm so dyslexic. Can you imagine that? Nobody's ever done what she can do on these bikes on an ADV bike. It would make us all look amateur. You can mess around with my bike a little bit. I just bought a new bike.
You want me to fuck it up?
Fuck it up. That's why I bought it. I have this girl, she wanted to... Oh, hi, we're back.
Hi, we're back.
This thing's got a mind of its own. What are you looking to do with this skill that you have?
Honestly, I have no idea. I just want to keep getting better. And
you should be a stunt double.
Well, I do. That was my original goal coming into stunt riding, was to be a motorcycle stunt double in TV, film, commercial, in that world. The crew that I ended up training with and practicing with are more so show competition style riding. So a lot of the tricks that I've learned and gotten good at are a little bit more in that industry versus the TV, movie industry. But there's definitely still that part of me that would love to get back to that side of things. But in the meantime, I'm just having fun, getting better,
How
enjoying.
many females are even in the movies? I mean,
Not that many.
No.
Not that many.
I've
to
always...
the point, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
To the point where, oftentimes they're using men wearing wigs to, small, short men to be a female. And it's you guys, we're right here.
Where are you off to now after here?
Great question. I wish I knew.
What? A fellow gypsy, a traveler who doesn't know where they're going and lives more in the moment. Don't I talk about this? What a rarity.
At the moment, I know I'm here right now. I'm heading back to LA probably mid-July for some work. And then I'm debating potentially competing at Sturgis this year. There's an all-female stunt competition, first one ever.
Oh, wow.
So go support that for sure. So I'm debating I might go compete there, and potentially some Europe travel. I'm still figuring out timing and logistics. But yeah, right now I'm open, at least for the next month, maybe 2 months, and then back to LA.
What do you do for work?
I work in healthcare. I specialize at the moment with infants.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's my day job. I do love it, but I'm also a little bit over it. Like I got a little burnt out, I think. I don't want to do it full time anymore. So what I want to do is make that more part-time, maybe just a handful of infants a week, and then be able to do motorcycles more full-time.
Wow,
what a spectrum, right?
Yeah, totally. It's a whole different paradigm.
Yeah.
It's like a paradigm shift.
The paradigm must be altered, or your new image never going to move into form. You've got to alter the paradigm.
And as everybody, you'll see in my channel when you look at it, I'm all about, you got to go for your dreams. You got to chase it. You got to be willing to risk it all. You got to be able to go, go broke, which I've done 3 times in my life. And, it's, and that's what I saw. I was like, who is this young lady doing this? And she should be very big in the industry. I think the ATV world needs to use her to mock us veteran riders. I mean, seriously, it's got to happen. Musquimoto, Giant Loop, the ADV community, all of you. Yeah, this is the new image for ADV riding, dual sport riding, even motocross probably.
Yeah.
Well, if you can, we'll end this. If you have time, show us the Sprinter van. I mean, you don't have to show the inside or anything if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Show us the bike, and my bike's over there. You can take it for a spin if you want. Whatever. 20 more minutes. Do you have 20 more minutes?
Probably. Yeah, I can give you 20 more.
Awesome. I don't even have to pay her. No, I'm kidding.
Not this time.
Right. All right, let's go check out her setup.
So this is Ruby. I've had her for a little over a year now, so actually not that long. Bought it from one of my friends and mentors, Johnny, who built it, and this was his old bike, so it's got some of his names. It's got his name over here, Johnny Boy. It says #1 Dad. Those are some little custom things, but as you can see, we have the crash cage set up, like I mentioned, run by Impact Tech. And then these pucks, when I drop the bike, it messes up the pucks first, and these I can just switch out anytime. So it, for the most part, keeps the bike pretty protected. And we have the handbrake, which is this over here, so that I can be doing different tricks where I don't have my foot on covering that foot brake, but I can still control the brake here. Back seat looks different, obviously. This is so that I can put my foot in here when I'm in a wheelie, or my head in here if I'm doing an acro. We have the titanium scratch bar or scrape bar, the giant sprocket. Don't look at how dirty my chain is right now. That's nasty, but giant ass sprocket over there. Easy pull clutch lever, the gas tank. Yeah, so this is so that I can sit in it, stand in it, do a shoulder stand in it, all that kind of stuff. So some extra, oh, she's falling apart. Don't look at that, no, just kidding. This extra reinforcement here so I can do some tricks where there's one I put my foot up here and this would just break if I didn't have that. So lots of extra reinforcement. Yeah.
Special tires or just the slickest possible?
No, we want grippy. We want grippy for sure. So that's a GPR 300, I think.
Is that brake system normal?
A lot of extra brake.
Yeah. So you're on the road right now?
Yeah.
How long are you on the road?
At least a month, but we'll see, maybe 2, depending on how things go and where I end up. Just in my Sprinter, still in the process of building it. It's a little messy at the moment, but so I have my setup here for the bikes. I've got the ramp, all my gear goes right here. The bike pulls in here. It's a little bit messy right now, but I have my battery set up. I got a sink up front, I have a fridge, and there's just a lot of, just clothing and my fold-up mattress right now. The goal ultimately is to have a pull-down bed that goes up and down above the bikes.
Right.
But yeah, we're doing pretty good for figuring it out first time and making it work. Yeah.
Want to see what Sam's up to? This is her Instagram. I don't have Instagram. Maybe I should get it. But she's primarily using Instagram. And follow along. And thank you, Sam, for the interview. We just kind of cut it short because it just got busy. And she's there to do her thing. So thank you, Sam. It was nice meeting you. I enjoyed talking to you. Well, guys, I had all sorts of footage on my GoPro. I probably had an hour of all the stunts going on, the rally itself, some people I talked to, and all that footage is gone. Well, it's not gone. My cable's not working, so I can't transfer it. But I just spent a lot of time editing this, and she was my primary focus because I think she's awesome at what she does. So you work with what you have, and you know, it was just a lot of bikes burning out, pretty much. Harleys, it was really loud. You know, all of us could do the burnouts. There was nothing, you know, truly spectacular. She was the show. So, but I didn't say in the beginning of the video, you know, I came here by surprise. You might have seen that in one of my shorts. I picked up the RV. I drove. This was just a place I was going to stop for 2 nights. You know, on my way back to another destination, and long and behold, they had a 1,000 bike rally here. So that's just the magic of being on the road. You know, the right time, right place, right people. And Sam, I wish you a lot of luck, especially in you know, maybe a stunt double thing. But I'm gonna get your name out there. I'd love to see the ADV community do some fun advertising with you. I could just see it, you know. So I don't know. We'll see if we get it out there as my channel is growing. I've been in the RV for what, 3 days now. Got it dialed in pretty much, and settling in. It's very nice. The setup is awesome, and maybe the next video I'll do a whole thing on it just to show you and have fun with it and goof around. So thanks for watching. Ciao, arrivederci, sayonara, and domo arigato. Hey.